You are listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Okay, we are talking about the connective tissue and the misunderstood or poorly recognized connective tissue called the blood. Yes, the blood. The blood is connective tissue, and like connective tissue deterioration can occur in any part, in any other connective tissue, the connective tissue that surrounds the muscles, the connective tissue in the brain. You can also have connective tissue defects in the blood. And this is one of the most important places where connective tissue, where defects can occur. Repair, fibrosis. The signs of broken down connective tissue occur in the blood as well as in any other connective tissue. In fact, as we said yesterday, blood fibrosis, fiber formation in the blood, this is what causes blood coagulation or sticky blood, may be the major cause in the progression of all disease. I would say it is the major cause in the progression of all disease. Fibrotic blood is what I call dirty blood. All disease is cell disease, and all cell disease is preceded by dirty blood. Fibrotic blood, blood that's in a repair mode, blood that's breaking down, if you will, or blood that's in a defensive posture. This, of course, will impede the flow of the blood. Blood must flow. That's the key feature of blood. It flows. It flows from your head to your toes. It flows all the way around the body. And if it's not flowing, something's going to go wrong, rest assured. And behind all chronic degenerative diseases, you will find this sluggish blood. We talked about the zeta potential. The zeta potential is an electrical charge that's generated as the blood is circulating. When the blood is clotted, typically, or blood is clogged, I should say, typically the lymph will be clogged. This can lead to an accumulation of poisons. Nutritional deficiencies will ensue as the blood is supposed to deliver nutrients to cells. It's supposed to deliver oxygen to cells, so cell suffocation will ensue as well. And of course, dirty, sticky blood is a precursor to clotted blood. And clotted blood, or inappropriately clotted blood, is a big problem. On average, 274 people die every day from blood clots. Between 2007 and 2009, nearly 600,000 hospitalizations occurred due to blood clots. Over 600,000 non-fatal cases of deadly blood clots occur each year. That is, blood clots that should be deadly, but because of hospitalization, don't occur. This is, by the way, most of the time this occurs in the lower part of the body, because this represents the slowest movement under ordinary circumstances. The lower part of the body represents the slowest movement of circulation. When the blood starts to slow down, it tends to clot. Thus the importance of keeping the blood circulating, keeping the blood moving. Thus the importance of exercise. Thus the problems with a sedentary lifestyle. A major source of fibrotic blood is leaky gut syndrome. Toxins get into the blood, they initiate an immune response, the blood becomes sticky, it becomes clogged. All roads lead back to the gut, no matter how you're looking at it. All roads lead back to the intestine when it comes to dealing with health challenges. Hypoxia, that is low blood oxygen, can also be involved. Blood that's deprived of oxygen is also more prone to coagulate and become more fibrotic. And, of course, nutritional deficiencies are going to be involved. There are some nutritional supplements that doctors will tell you not to take after surgery. Oh, it will thin your blood. No, it doesn't thin your blood. It just makes your blood healthier, nutritional supplements. It doesn't thin your blood like a drug thins your blood. Whenever a doctor tells you not to take vitamin K or not to take vitamin E or not to take essential fatty acids because they may clot the blood in the case of vitamin K or thin the blood in the case of EFAs or vitamin E, they're misunderstanding how nutrients work. Nutrients are not drugs, in the sense that when you take a drug, it just overwhelms everything in the body. It overwhelms the regulatory mechanisms in the body. Nutrients do not overwhelm the regulatory mechanisms in the body. Nutrients enhance the regulatory mechanisms in the body. So if your doctor told you not to take vitamin K because you're on warfarin, he does not understand vitamin K, and he does not understand vitamins. He's thinking that the vitamins are drugs. They're not drugs. In any case, essential fatty acids are wonderfully blood thinning in the sense they improve blood circulation. They're not like a drug blood thinning, but they improve blood circulation. Likewise, vitamin E. And deficiencies in essential fatty acids and deficiencies in vitamin E can also be involved in inappropriate or improper clogging of the blood. The fibrotic condition, this is really important, the fibrotic condition of the blood can also be the result of damaged blood vessels, and it can also be the cause of damaged blood vessels. The blood vessels themselves are connective tissue, at least partially. That means that connective tissue building supplements, things like glucosamine, for example, and other cartilage-containing cartilage substances that are found in cartilage, they can not only be important for the blood, but they can also be important for the blood vessels themselves. And there's a really important role for cholesterol in this whole deal of blood vessel damage. I'll tell you what I mean when we come back from a break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We will return right after this. For those of you who are looking for super high-end skin health products, if you're tired of dealing with skincare products and spending money on skincare products that don't do anything for your skin, I understand, because I've been formulating skincare products for 30 years, 32 years. I'm the guy in the lab. The doctor on TV, he's not on the lab. He's calling me. He's calling a formulator to make his products, and I know good and well how these things are made. 95% of a skincare product is nothing. It's air, it's cotton candy, it's fluff. It's not doing anything, and you're paying for it. Which is why I came out with our Truth Treatment products. 100% active and functional ingredients. Why should you pay for emulsifiers? And why should you pay for preservatives? And why should you pay for perfume and water and silicone and oil and other ingredients that aren't doing anything for your skin? You shouldn't. And now you don't have to. Check out truthtreatments.com, truthtreatments.com. All right. So, connective tissue, blood. The connective tissue in the heart. The leading cause of death in this country and in the world is heart disease, and is in many ways a connective tissue problem. I got to think of some ways that it's not a connective tissue problem. I got to ponder on this, but it may be good and well. It may be that all heart disease is nothing more than the result of broken down connective tissue. Maybe there's something I'm missing here, but in any case, broken down connective tissue is a leading cause of heart disease, which itself is the leading cause of death, which means you want to take care of your heart's connective tissue. When the connective tissue in the heart breaks down, it initiates clotting mechanisms, and it can cause sticky blood. And sticky blood itself can cause damage to the blood vessels. So you can end up with this vicious downward spiral, as we see so often in the world of disease and the world of health, or lack of health. We see this downward spiral where a problem causes another problem, which causes the first problem to increase, which causes more of the second problem, and on it goes. How do you stop the vicious cycle? In this case, you work on your connective tissue. So, fibrosis of the atherosclerosis, fibrosis, hardening of the arteries, these are all secondary manifestations of weakness in the blood vessels. This weakness is the result of nutritional deficiencies. And here is something very interesting for you guys on a statin drug, or for cholesterol phobics. This weakening, which is the result of nutritional deficiencies and damage, this weakening can not only stimulate fibrosis and hardening of the vessels, i.e. atherosclerosis, but it can also be the cause of cholesterol deposition. Yes, cholesterol deposition in the vessels of the heart is not the cause of heart disease, but a byproduct. It's the body's attempt to repair the heart. That's cholesterol. That's calcium. When the outside portion of a cell, which is called the membrane, the cell membrane, when this outside portion is wounded, one of the ways that the cell addresses the wound, this is so amazing. It's like self-repair tires. You know, they have self-repair tires, but they're not that great. But it's a kind of a clever idea. You get a tire, you get a nail in your tire, and then some chemical mechanism that in the tire repairs the tire. Well, cells are 4 billion years ahead of us with our scientific advances. They came up with a way to patch their membranes 3.5 billion years ago when the first cells appeared, or whenever it was that the first cells appeared, 4 billion years ago, whenever. The cell is self-repairing, and it uses cholesterol to patch itself up. How amazing is that? Cholesterol is biological grout. Cholesterol is biological cement. It's a repair mechanism. And this grout doesn't only contain cholesterol, it contains calcium. And what is it that we find in clogged arteries that your doctor wants to do a bypass on? Cholesterol and calcium. Oh, surprise, surprise. Cholesterol and calcium represent repair mechanisms. And if you go to your cardiologist, what is Dr. Genius going to be telling you? Stay away from your eggs. Don't eat eggs and don't take your calcium supplements. On the other hand, it's the calcium and the cholesterol that you need to do the repair. Reading from the journal Trends in Cell Biology, December 2014, quote, given the requirement for calcium and cholesterol in the repair of mechanical tears, it is conceivable that remodeling and active removal, remodeling means repair, remodeling and active removal of injured portions of the membrane represent a general strategy used by cells to maintain their membrane integrity. That means calcium and cholesterol are part of the repair process for repairing mechanical tears. Reading from the journal Lipids, May 1978, quote, a complicated tissue containing a high percentage of cholesterol is deposited, check this out, in response to the injurious agent. Cholesterol is deposited in response to injury, which becomes walled off by this tissue. Thus, cholesterol forms part of a protective mechanism. The hypothesis compatible with the known facts about the relationship of cholesterol to arteriosclerosis. That ain't me talking, that's the journal Lipids, a very highly respected journal, I might add. Upon injury, when the blood vessel gets injured, these substances are repair substances. The injury itself will produce the production of little tiny bubbles called endosomes, carrying cases for cholesterol and calcium. So you get an injury, the outside part of a cell gets injured, it gets damaged, these little carrying cases are produced in response to the injury. Reading from the journal of Cell Biology, March 2008. Large calcium and cholesterol-dependent endosomes, that's those bubbles, are induced by plasma membrane injury. Reading further, quote, cholesterol depletion inhibits wound repair, unquote. What else do we need to hear? You guys, this is in the literature all over the place. And by the way, the fact that cholesterol stimulates healing is why I put it in my Truth Treatment products. You don't see cholesterol as an ingredient in many skin health products because, number one, everybody's intimidated by cholesterol, and number two, people don't really appreciate, unless you've been studying biochemistry as long as I have, the fundamental repair role that cholesterol plays. Fundamental. Added that to the zillions of other important things that cholesterol does in the body. Okay, not zillions, but many, many. Cholesterol is responsible for the production of steroid hormones, estrogen, testosterone, progesterone, DHEA, vitamin D. Estrol is important for bile production. Cholesterol is important for bile production. It's a component of the bile. It's a component of all the cell membranes, especially cell membranes in the nervous system and in the brain. And it's a repair mechanism. Thus, the absolute incredible biochemical ignorance of statin drug therapy. And I'm not going to beat a dead horse here because we talk about this ad nauseum, the stupidity of statin drug therapy, except to say that nothing says I have partaken in the medical dogma Kool-Aid, I have drank the Kool-Aid, and I am a victim of pharmacomedical trance induction or hypnosis, whether you're a doctor or a patient. Nothing says it more clearly than taking a statin drug. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We will continue talking about the heart as a heart disease as a connective tissue problem, a connective tissue issue, largely. And we'll also talk about some strategies you can use for dealing with connective tissue and heart issues. Nothing you haven't heard before, but perhaps not heard about these strategies in particular for the circulatory system and for the heart. Yes, the same strategies, nutritional strategies you use for your arthritis are important for protecting the heart and for healing the heart. We will talk about that tomorrow, and I've not forgotten that we're still talking about the ketogenic diet and also good fats and starches. There's so much to talk about here. All right, 844-236-6010. Let's go right to the phones and welcome Breeze. I like that name, Breeze. Breeze from California. What's going on, Breeze? Good morning.
Hi, Ben.
Hello.
So I'm dealing with gut issues that started probably when I was born. My mom couldn't breastfeed, and so I think she said she gave me like straight cow's milk.
Oh my goodness.
And
how old are you, Breeze?
I'm 44.
And are you dealing with some health challenges?
Yes, I am. I feel like I'm like hypoglycemic, or like low blood sugar.
Give me a couple bullet points, 2 or 3 symptoms that you want to resolve that are really causing you grief. Just real quick, no stories, just bullet points.
Okay, bullet points. I feel like the body aches.
Next, that's one bullet point. Next.
Stomach issues.
Next bullet point. Okay, good, perfect.
Allergies.
All right, here, no worries. We'll take care of you right away, okay? You're dealing with a general bodily breakdown. The fact that it's happening all over the body means that it's just the whole body, all right? Whenever this occurs, and you're on the right track, you must have been listening to this program or doing some research because you're completely on the right track.
I'm actually doing the GAP diet right now, and so
okay,
that's
good.
what I was...
Good, but here's the thing about diets, about standardized diets, okay, like the GAPS diet, which for the listeners is a diet that supports the health of the digestive tract specifically. The gut and psychology syndrome diet, they call it. Did you read Dr. Campbell's book?
Yes, I have the book.
Okay, that's Dr. Natasha Campbell.
Along.
It's a great book. But here's the problem with standardized diets. You don't know what you're going to be, you want to find out what your particular problems are. Yes, the odds are good that you're going to be dealing with SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, etc. But I prefer, it's more, you get better data if you test yourself personally by fasting and then doing the elimination diet. Okay? Then you'll find out what foods you have a problem with, and then you stop eating those foods. Seems self-evident and obvious, but that's, you got to do it, and we don't think along those lines. But when you think about it, it makes sense. You fast for a couple days, do a food diary, start eliminating foods. Once you find a list of foods that you can eat, and you're eating regularly or somewhat regularly, you want to start building up the digestive tract with probiotics and fermented foods. The Nightly Essence, if you're not already on that, you should be on that, as well as sauerkraut, and make your own fermented vegetables. And you can do kefir and yogurt, but some people have a problem with those. So fermented vegetables are good because you get fiber for your digestive tract, you get nitrates for the digestive tract in addition to the bacteria. So I like fermented foods. Okay, sauerkraut and yeast. Yes?
Can I ask a question about the fermented foods? I had went on to the low histamine diet, and that really helped with my allergies.
Okay.
And I know that the fermented foods have a lot of histamines in them.
And they have other compounds that may be problematic, which is why you want to do the food diary.
Okay.
So that's why you want to test things. We don't know how you're going to react. You want to test. Okay. Let your body be a laboratory. Okay, that's the general rule. Let your body be a laboratory, test it. All right, so continuing. Cartilage-containing products, very important for the gut. Anything slimy, aloe vera, noni, algae and seaweeds, all have a coating and soothing property. I love cartilage for the gut. Also glutamine, the amino acid glutamine for the gut. If you can do whey protein, that can be very helpful. High hyaluronic acid supplements and gelatin supplements, if you can do gelatin. Those are other gut strengthening strategies. I could go on, but that's a good start for you. You want to move on to the blood sugar system. You said hypoglycemia. This is a natural, in the business we say sequelae, meaning something that follows. It's a natural following symptom in the process, the systematic process of how the body breaks down. Blood sugar starts to get disrupted, or blood sugar stability. So you got to work on avoiding foods that spike blood sugar. You know the drill, I'm sure, especially sweets and cakes and desserts and soda, but sometimes we don't realize potatoes and rice and pasta, etc., cereals. Stay away from them as best as you can. Eat more protein. Go ketogenic if you want. That's another strategy. And then use nutrients that help your body process sugar. The B vitamins especially, because they're also energizing vitamins. This is where the Beyond Tangy Tangerine is such an excellent product. It's a high dose of liquid B vitamins. Yes.
Okay, sorry. A question about the tangy tangerine, because I had my friend had some. Anyways, does it contain sugar? Because at one point it did.
No, it has something called it's like a sweetening complex, but it's not sugar. No, I think it might have a little fructose though. Now that I think about it, you know what? I'll check during break and I'll let you know. Whatever it has, it's very little. I think it does have a tiny bit of fructose, but it's very, very little. It's nothing that you need to concern yourself about.
It's not like white. It's not like
no. It's fructose, which is not a great sugar. Let's be clear about that. But the amount of it is like a speck. So it's nothing. You got bigger fish to fry than worrying about a speck of fructose in my opinion. You have your own opinion, but in my opinion, you have bigger fish to fry. Breeze, I got to motivate, but a couple last things I want to tell you that are very important. Make sure you're doing your deep breathing, slow deep breathing, and activating the relaxation nervous system, the parasympathetic nervous system. And don't forget that mental and emotional and even spiritual strategies can also be helpful for the kind of general malaise and fatigue kind of issues that you're talking about. But I got to go, Breeze. I hope I helped you out. I think I did. Take care. Have a beautiful day. All right, Steve in Springfield. Good morning. Welcome to the bright side.
Steve? Me?
Hey, Steve. What's up?
Oh, yeah. Oh, not much. Good to finally talk to you, Ben.
Good to talk to you. What's going on?
I have, my chiropractor, I've been having back pain for a long time. You know, I drive a truck for a living, so it's not easy on me. But he says that I've got arthritis, like 50% degenerated around my L5 or whatever.
Well, that ain't good. If you have it there, you got it lots of other places too. So you're breaking down, Steve, basically, and your sedentary, your life. I don't know if it's your lifestyle, but your job that keeps you sitting, that's not helping you. The muscles follow a use it or lose it rule. If you're not using your muscles, and that includes the connective tissue around the muscles, your body doesn't need it, so it won't waste time with it. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you're moving, make sure you're doing anything to move the body, especially the spine, like hanging upside down or using a slant board might be a good idea. Did he tell you about that?
No, he didn't. He mentioned some exercises, to kind of strengthen the core, but...
Very important that muscle moves. If the muscle doesn't move, the connective tissue is going to deteriorate. So it's very important the muscles in the back area move. You really... At first, it's going to be difficult because the muscles interpret sudden changes. If you've been sedentary for a long time and then all of a sudden you start working out, the muscles will interpret those sudden changes as an emergency, and it will send electrical energy to the nerves and it will make you hurt. And that's why we get that. That's why it's important that you do it on a regular basis. Steve, I got to take a break, but hang on and we'll finish up when we come back. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll return right after this commercial break. All right, we're back on The Bright Side, talking to Steve in Springfield. You there, Steve? Steve, the truck driver.
I am, sir.
So you said L5, right?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Okay, that's a miserable. That's a sitting one. That's from sitting a lot, especially in the truck. L5 is the bottom of your base of the spine. That's awful. That really is awful. Are you in chronic pain? Is it constant pain?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
It has been for a while, and I just want to deal with it.
You really, really want to get a slant board or a hanging board, and I would probably be doing some rolfing too. Okay, rolfing is basically breaking scar tissue. Do you know what that is? Rolfing, ROLFING.
No, I've never heard of that, sir.
It's a very intense massage where they break up scar tissue, and it's a little bit uncomfortable, but when you're done, it's amazing. You probably have some stuff, some scar tissue built up in there, and hanging upside down, and also a slant board is a nice way to loosen things up, because it's going to hurt you when you first start doing it, especially if it's been going on for a while. Blood supply is really, really important, and because the cartilage doesn't get a lot of blood, so anything you do to increase blood supply is going to be important. Exercise is the best way to do it, but you're not going to want to just get right into the gym and start exercising. You got to stretch and loosen things up at first. And then when you start exercising, if I were you, I would be doing things that allow you, like pull-ups, that allow your body weight to pull down on things. Does that make sense? So you're like pull-ups would be great for you. Then the next thing is nutritional. Well, before nutritional, you got to eliminate any toxicity that's getting into the blood, because that will impede blood supply and oxygenation and nutrition to the area. So if you're doing sugar, a lot of sugar, or if you've got digestive problems, you got to work on those. The same things we always talk about here in this program.
Right.
And then you want to start building your connective tissue: bone soup, cartilage, hyaluronic acid, slimy substances, protein, eggs. I mean, it's endless, really. Essential fatty acids. And this is important. I forgot to mention this to our last caller. You can't build connective tissue without vitamin C, and vitamin C deficiency is extremely common. Scurvy is connective tissue deterioration disease. It's vitamin C deficiency disease. So making sure you're using your Beyond Tangy Tangerine throughout the day. You might want to take extra vitamin C in addition to all the building substances like cartilage and hyaluronic acid, etc. And then glucosamine, of course, is also important. The glucogel caps. Digestive enzymes may give you some pain relief. Take them on an empty stomach, some ultimate enzymes. Okay, I'm going to move on, Steve. Thank you so much for your call. Appreciate it. Have a great day, buddy. All right, let's go to my buddy Mario Paisan in New Jersey. What's up, my friend? How you doing? Good to talk to you. What's going on? Yeah, I'm doing good. You got to call me. You owe me a call. Or you got to let me know what's up.
I did owe you a call, but we'll get that to another day.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we kind of postponed the launch of the website.
Tell the listeners. Oh, you want to plug your website, or it's not up yet? But
well, we're not up and running yet, so I don't want to plug it yet.
Okay,
so I'll come back and do it another day. But
okay,
you will be there when I launch it, obviously.
Okay, good.
The question I have is, I have a friend of mine, a girl. I did her wedding a long time ago. I DJ'd her wedding. She's friends of mine from town. She has she's been on antidepressants for a very long time. She has a health problem.
Antidepressants are very depressing.
Yeah, I know. And I bumped into her at Halloween time in a store, and she was like, Mario, I watch your videos, and I want to change my life. I want to get off these things. I said, well, listen, I'll call a good friend of mine, and I'm going to get his opinion on it.
Okay,
and she has a problem also with fiber, where she can't eat like vegetables because she gets very bloated.
That's the problem right there. That's the source of everything right there.
Yeah, well, I know the gut, without having a healthy gut, you're going to be depressed, obviously. So, what can we do?
Let's get her going. I would get her going ketogenic. Personally, okay? She's an ideal candidate for the ketogenic diet. But first, you're going to do the fasting and food elimination. All right, she needs to get to the bottom of it. Probably it's been going on a long time. Very likely it could have been going on her whole life. She may have no idea what she's reacting to or that she's reacting. So you got to fast, and that alone will improve her mood. By the way, her blood sugar will stabilize, and fasting is.
Should I make her do a Swear V?
Yeah, have her do a Swear V cleanse. Absolutely. Have her do a Swear V cleanse. Okay? And then do, for the listeners who don't know, a Swear V cleanse is half a bottle of Swear V every hour for 2 or 3 days. All right? Then when she starts eating, the elimination diet and the food diary, so she eliminates problem foods. Now, if she's depressed, she's probably eating more, and if she's eating more, she's depressed, and you get this whole circle going on. So it may be difficult to talk her into fasting if she's depressed. So if that is the case, then just have her do caloric restriction. But in any case, you want her paying attention to the gut. Get her on the ultimate nightly essence. I forgot what they changed the name. Ultimate nightly essence as soon as possible. 9 capsules a day. I wouldn't hurt her to get on the Fucoid Z. You as well as anybody should know, or could probably, I'm sure you do know, the importance of exercise when it comes to the mood. Have her circulating her blood and have her pumping out endorphins. You know what I'm saying? So even if it's a rebounder for 30 seconds. Yeah, 30 seconds or 60 seconds. Is she overweight at all?
No, she's a little, not
okay,
very
not
much.
dramatically.
I'd say like 15
Get her on
maybe.
How old is she, by the way?
She's in her 40s.
Get her on a rebounder. She'll love it, by the way. She'll probably love the rebounder. All right? If you can get her on, if she doesn't want to do a rebounder, at least get her on a slant board to kind of reverse the circulation, so it pulls up to the brain. When the blood starts to clot following digestive problems, blood flow to the brain can become impaired, and oxygenation to the brain can become impaired. So slant board, hanging upside down, that kind of thing, in addition to the rebounder. Of course, deep breathing, that goes without saying. Have her stabilizing her blood. last thing, stabilizing the blood sugar, keeping her off that high blood sugar, low blood sugar roller coaster by using more protein, especially BCAAs, branched chain amino acids. They're very, very appetite suppressing, and they're also they can also help you with sugar cravings. Same with the amino acid glutamine can help you with sugar cravings as well. Go ahead. I'm so sorry, Mario. What were you going to say?
I'm sorry. I was saying about the medications now. Like, is there a protocol that she could talk to a doctor about lowering her doses?
Yeah, the protocol is this. If she wants, now she has to want, but this is the protocol if you want. You say, doctor, I want to get off the meds. You're going to help me, or I'm going to find another doctor. The doctor's job is to help her get off the meds, not to keep her on the meds. So, and if she wants it, she has to ask for it. And she has to insist on it. Okay? All right, Mario, I want to take a couple more calls. I'll speak to you soon, okay?
I'll talk to you soon, brother. Thank you.
Okay. Take care, Mario. Bye-bye. All right, Mary in Michigan. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Ben.
Hey.
My daughter is a nutritional health counselor,
nice.
and she specializes in systemic candidiasis.
Nice. Does she listen to the bright side?
And pardon?
Does she listen to me?
Unfortunately, I haven't gotten her to do so.
Okay. All right.
But anyway, what I'm calling about is she has a client that's really got her baffled. She's 50 years old, and she has been taking steroids either in a cream or I guess by pill since she was born.
How does she have her baffled? What's the baffling?
Well, she has this horrible rash, and that's the reason
hello.
she started on the steroid cream.
Can you imagine how toxic this poor woman is?
Well, that's
Are you saying hang on, Mary? You said they put her on the steroid cream because she had the rash, or she has the rash after she's been on the steroid cream?
They put her on the steroid cream as a baby because she had a rash.
And how old is she?
She's 50.
And she's been on the steroid cream since she was a baby?
Yeah, steroid cream as well as steroid cap pills.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And so she knows she's extremely toxic, and that's what my daughter's going to be working on, is trying to detox her.
Well, here's the thing, though. When she withdraws from the steroids, she may run into some problems. So you got to work on the gut first. First. Tell what's your daughter's name?
Jonna.
First of all, Jonna can call me. She should contact me. Send an email to ben@ksco.com. We can definitely help this lady.
Okay.
But just so you know, and if you want to do something right away, fasting food diary right away. She's probably been eating the same thing her whole life that's been causing the problem. She can have immediate relief, theoretically.
Well, there's a lot of things she already knows are bothering her. But I was thinking about your cream.
The topical C or the omega-6 healing cream or something.
Yeah.
That wouldn't hurt her, especially as she's weaning off the steroid, but her problems are not topical.
No, I know that.
So
right,
it wouldn't hurt her. My omega-6 healing cream would be the one to choose. And you should try it. And I'll tell you what, if your daughter calls me, I will personally mail her a sample, but only if your daughter calls me.
Okay.
So have her contact me. Send email to ben@ksco.com. Make sure she puts her phone number on there. Okay, Mary, I got to go. That's the music. Thanks for your call. Have a great day. Okay, sorry if we left you on hold. I told you to call in early. Everybody calls in at the end. But we'll be back here tomorrow on The Bright Side, and we are here every day, Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific, 10 to 11 Central Time, and 24/7 at brightsideben.com and benfuchsarchives.com. Check out our Truth Skin Health products at truthtreatments.com, and if you want to start a business and you want to make some money and you want to help change the world with nutritional supplementation, please call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Have a wonderful, beautiful, spectacular day. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.